Hello, 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 and welcome to Hip the Hooplas Hoop Love Y'all Show. Okay, let me start that over again. Welcome to the Hoop Love Y'all Show. I am your host, Shay Rippinger of Hip the Hoopla. And what we cover today, what we cover on this show is health, humor, and hooping. So I've got a special announcement today, and that is that the 3-day choreography challenge is coming up. And hence, I don't know why, when I go live, all the other notifications come in. I try and use all the cool technology and, anyway. So tonight's theme is, oh, great, thank you. So, hi, Bill. So, my hubby is watching from the other room, so that's awesome. And he knows I've got to stay on time budget tonight because we are heading off into a show, to go see the Yes concert tonight, and at a new concert venue. So it's going to be a cool outdoor show and stuff like that. So anyway, all right. So choreography is tonight's theme, and like I mentioned, the 3-day choreography challenge is coming up. Yes, this week. Okay, so if you're watching this live, it is this week. If you're watching this on the recording, you may be able to catch this at a different time for the choreography challenge. Again, it's just 3 days. It's free. It's completely free, and it's an easy thing to do. It's a fun thing. It's not going to be hugely time consuming. It's an easy, nice bite-sized portion, but it'll help you get creative with your choreography. So, again, we cover health, humor, and hooping in this show, in the Hoop Love Y'all show. So, and I was trying to keep with my little thing of notes and page of notes. So, why did I pick out choreography? It's not just because of the 30-day choreography challenge is coming up, but also because in terms of health, choreography isn't just about dance. So I think of choreography as being a life type of thing too. So you can take that to be how I would see this, of how you break down choreography for life purposes, is you pick out your direction of like what you want to do, your direction, your vision, something like that. So you got to start with something of that nature. For instance, for like our show, for this show, I pick out a theme. So that's kind of my direction to go with this. So for instance, choreography is the theme. And then the path I want to do, or that you want to do, on how you want to go about things. And again, this could be a life thing. It doesn't have to necessarily be related to dance. So the path that you want to choose, there's lots of ways to get there, and you can get very creative on how you want to approach that. So for instance, the hoop love y'all of how I want to get like cool information across to people. I broadcast on Facebook and YouTube, so maybe the technology is the path for that. And the videos are the path. Maybe I do audio, maybe I do support things like that. For the choreography challenge, it's going to be video, and I might have some backup sheets and stuff like that to do. But mainly it's a video, so an easy video. You can watch it and follow along, get out your hoop notebook, stuff like that. So again, so that's the path of that's the example of that. And then you want to choose your moves of how you accomplish what you want to accomplish. So, for instance, with choreography, you like specifically have moves that you do, right? And but in life, like when you have a goal, you want to have the steps, the elements that help you accomplish that. So again, direction, your path, and your moves. So pretty easy, straightforward, nice way to get there, and how to accomplish your choreography, whether that be in life or dance moves. So, all right, now I'm speeding right along tonight, so cover some ground here, keeping an eye on the time. And okay, so the humor, I wanted to do a little laughter yoga exercise. This one's a little bit different. It's a breathing exercise, so it's a deep breath exercise, and I call this the creativity breath. So what you're going to do with this, I'm going to back up just a little bit so that I'm in the camera a little bit more. What you're going to do is you're going to start out, and you're going to bring your hands out. So you're going to create this energy with the universe. So I want you to kind of do a little bit of a visualization with this. I'll explain it first. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring the creative energy, the ideas in, and then bring them into you, and then you're going to release, bring them all into you, and then hone down what you want from that. So we're going to inhale it up, And then exhale, breathe this in, bring in and decipher what is useful to you. Inhale in, nice deep breath with a smile, and then bring all those ideas in and bring that in. Exhale it out. Bring all those ideas in, what's useful for you. Inhale it in, bring those ideas in, gather them, and then bring them in. Exhale it out. And at the end of the laughter yoga exercise, hopefully, I call this a laughter yoga exercise because I hope that you're smiling throughout this. So that at the end of the laughter yoga exercises, we take our hands together, we clap, very good, yay. We say that twice, and do this motion twice, very good, yay. Again, very good, yay. And then release out the shoulders, shake it all out, all that kind of good stuff. So the reason why we do that is there's a lot of acupressure points on the hands. So when you clap and it's nice and happy like that, you activate a lot of really neat points in the hands. And that's really a cool thing. So again, a little bit of humor, a little kind of alternate humor doing the laughter yoga exercise, that creativity breath. All right, so health, we covered humor, and now we're going to cover hooping. I can talk. Well, there's the humor part. It's me just making words up. Or making up pronunciations of words that already exist that aren't really the pronunciations. So anyway, I like to laugh. I like to make people laugh. I like to entertain you, even if it's just for a few moments. All that kind of good stuff. All right, so for the humor, all right. Okay, I can follow along. I do have notes. I have the notes. Okay, and I'm dropping all the other pieces of paper. Okay, so with the hooping, and again, I mentioned the 3-day choreography challenge. So I'm going to take a little bit. This is a little different than that. So kids, you know, I want you to watch that as well. And I don't want you to go, hey, that's the same material. It's similar, but a little different approach. Okay, so for the hooping, how you do the choreography, these are the things to take into consideration when you're doing your hooping choreography. Okay, so we have elements, moves, and variations. I like to put things in threes because it just makes them like wrap around the brain a little easier. You know, it's not a list of 10 things to remember, but it's just, you know, 3 things that, you know, can help spark and get your creative juices flowing with your hooping. So one of the things I do recommend is having a hoop notebook. So I'm trying to think if I have one. Yeah, I have one handy. So like this one says, be happy, be you. So it's a little hoop notebook journal, so I can flip through the pages, I can write down. So hoop notebook comes in really handy because you can write down progress you're making, moves that you're doing. It's your journal, if you will. You can write, I love using it, and I had a suggestion from a hoop instructor that I had trained with before, said, this was a great idea, and it was Rosie, I believe, that had given this idea in class. I like to credit the source if I can, especially if it came from like one person as opposed to I learned it from many people. But she said write down the next thing that you want to work on. So and that's really cool because sometimes you're not necessarily inspired when you go to do your hoop practice or your dance practice or whatever the goal that you want to accomplish. Again, like I said, choreography and all this kind of stuff, it doesn't necessarily have to be just related about this. It could be whatever you're working on. So, but you could have a notebook related to that and then just go to town on it. I personally like to date my entries so that way when I go back and look at this, I can see the progress that I've made, and that's pretty cool. Or the great ideas I had back then. So, I'm like, well, if I had great ideas then, I should have some great ideas now. Or maybe I can use those and take those and, like I would talk about with the choreography, with doing the variations, is take those and, move those around and, so revamp those ideas. So you don't always have to recreate the wheel. There's a lot of times where, let's say, for instance, you choreograph a piece and maybe you have 2 shows coming up, for instance, if you're a performer. You might think, oh, I have to do a different piece for each one. Not necessarily. So, for instance, here's a little story that last year for the World Hoop Day event, not the World Hoop Day dance, but our performance, our Colorado World Hoop Day event, there is a gal, Savannah Hoopstar, and she and I choreographed a piece, and we actually used that piece for 2 different performances, and we did a different take on it. So on one of them, we did a very lighthearted because it was a daytime thing, and on the other one, we did a little bit different, just a little different on the choreography and stuff. So we didn't have to reinvent the wheel, but we just practiced the same dance and and did that. I had also done that same thing for the year before with the choreography of a particular piece, and I had two different ways to approach it that were completely different. So one was a very dark, um, very, almost apocalyptic version of the song, of the choreography, and how I presented that piece. And then the other one was for World Hoop Day, and it was outside and bright and sunny, and I totally did a very different take on it, emotionally, smiling throughout it. It was a very different performance, but it was the very same choreography of the moves, but it had a different emphasis on it. So that's how you can take choreography and manipulate it with the variations, but also use some of that stuff and change it up so it's interesting and entertaining. Not just changing costumes, but that's one variation that you can do with it as well. So some of those elements for the hooping. So you'll see this with the hooping, the 3-day hooping challenge. I'm going to remind you again. So do partake in that. But for instance, let's say you're doing an element. You might have body parts that you might be thinking of for your elements. So for instance, doing something on the arms, or doing something on. Let's see if I can get my knee in the camera. Doing a knee thing, or a leg thing where you're taking the leg and moving it around, or actually hooping on the leg, for instance. So you could be holding your leg or whatever you may do. So that might be an element of something that you can vary stuff up with your choreography. Okay, then you have your moves. So for instance, maybe I have a weave. So I have a weave move. Now these are, I'm not going to go over all of these moves because I'm talking about the choreography element of these. So these on different videos, I go over and actually do the tutorials of explaining out these different moves in greater detail. So how to do the weave. So you could have moves, and let's take just the move and do like just a weave. You could do waist hooping. So waist hooping, and or isolation. So I'm just going to take like those 3 different moves and do a variation of a move. Okay, so I've picked out an element. So for instance, I was using arms, legs. We'll pick out arms, legs, and then the moves: weave, waist, isos. And then the variations. Now, here's where we get interesting, and we get to take those and like expand upon those. So this is where you get your creation, your creativity, your variations, all that kind of good stuff getting going. So direction. So for instance, we take our arm with our weave, and we're going to change the direction. So we're going to take and reverse the weave. So forward weave, reverse weave. So for instance, that's one element that we can take in the choreography, and maybe so how you enter those elements into the choreography is, maybe you're doing la 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 la, and you do a forward weave, and then you turn it and then do a reverse weave. So forward weave, and then switch grips, and then doing the reverse weave by turning. So you can have your direction that you're going. So I switched direction twice on that, if you noticed. That's pretty cool, right? So I switched direction from forward weave to reverse weave, but I also turned. So I physically changed direction too. So, you get a little bit mind techy. So you can really start twisting with these variations and stuff. I'm just giving you a few simple ones just to get your creativity sparked on this. Okay, so your direction. Then you can vary your tempo as well. So, and in this one, I'm talking about tempo is in your speed. So for instance, when we're talking about weave, I can go nice and slow, or I can go really fast. So by doing this really fast, I tighten up the move. So this is one thing to be aware of, is that when you start doing things fast, like for instance, I always demonstrate the chest isolation. This is a belly dance move, but it can also be used for when you're chest hooping. Is that you get this nice slow chest isolation going, and I go over that in other videos and stuff like that. So, but you get this going slow, but then you get this going a little bit bigger. When you get this going slow, you can take this nice big luscious path. But when you start getting this faster, this little chest circle has to go really small and really tight because you don't have the time to get it around in that big pace unless you're just magical and mystical. But also you want to be gentle on your body. So I always promote, I want you to be as long as you want to be hooping rather than just getting taken out by an injury and then you don't get a hoop how you want. Okay, so direction and then tempo. So slow, fast. So notice the slow could be big and slow, and the fast can be fast and small, and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, and then you can also vary this up. And again, I'm just giving you little ideas to spark your creativity, but you can change your timing. Now your timing is different than your tempo. Okay, so the tempo, as I was describing it, and I'm using my own variations of things as well. So thank you, Erica, for joining. So the timing of this, so you have, I'm going to demonstrate with 2 hoops because you have split timing and same timing. Okay, so this is where the brain cells might start popping on this one too. If you're an advanced hooper, you may already know these skills, but again, we're talking about choreography and how you can take those elements, the moves, and the variations and create different things, even with some just basic stuff. So, for instance, I'm going to show you a split timing with 2 hoops. So, this is same timing. So, same timing means that both are going in the same time, and also I'm on this one going in the same direction. So, again, just talking about timing on this. So we're just going to go same direction on these. So this is same time, same direction. Or I could do split timing. So split timing, I'm going to literally split this up. And you see the difference there. Same time, split time. Okay, so what that looks like with the hands is same time, the hands are doing this. And they're both going at the same time. Beat, 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 beat. Split time, they're going alternating. So you can think about this like if you are doing twin hoops, this timing element comes in handy. Very, very important. So you think about this as like when you dribble a basketball. So is if you're dribbling 2 basketballs at the same time, or you're dribbling one and you're alternating them. So you're going, okay, so that is same time. Let me hit my chair here. Same time, same time, same time. Move the chair a little bit more. And then split time. Bum, 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 bum. That is split time. So again, think of these elements in your choreography. So your elements, your moves, your creation, or your moves and your variations. So again, looking over towards my notes so that I make sure I cover all my topics. Ooh, cool. Float the notes. But did you know that with hooping, your coordination and your balance and all kinds of things improve, which is really cool. So when you drop something, you have a better chance at catching it. So like, for instance, like when your hoop starts dropping, you're more quick on the uptake. So as my mom would say, so she would actually say how people were slow on the uptake, and that was kind of funny. Anyway, I hope those ideas have given you some ideas with choreography and how you can use choreography in dance, in hooping, and also in life. We covered the life part first of the direction, path, and moves. So whether that be with the actual hoops or with whatever your goals are. Whee! And then flipping them over. So, World Hoop Day Dance is coming up at World Hoop Day, October 6th. So please mark that on your calendars, right? That's going to be so awesome. And then there's World Hoop Day Dance with it. And why I am doing the 3-day choreography challenge is because there are parts in the World Hoop Day Dance where you can definitely, like a lot of times we just have jam times, but wouldn't it be cool if either you personally choreograph a piece for yourself of the maybe 32 counts or whatever it may be, or that you choreograph with a group, like either with another person or with the group that you're celebrating World Hoop Day with. Wouldn't that be cool? And I want you to put it on video and then send it to me so that I can put it in the World Hoop Day compilation video, because that's going to be really important. So if you haven't already gotten a World Hoop Day event going together, it is Saturday, October 6th. Get yours planned. It could be just you hooping, but if you can gather other people, and it don't have to all just be hoopers. Maybe there are other flow artists or other circus people or other people that are just interested in learning. So gather a group of people, put it out on Facebook, make up a meeting, meetup, or whatever the case may be. Put a group notification on a community notification on Craigslist. Wherever you are in the world, we want to see you. We want to see you celebrating and participating in World Hoop Day on Saturday, October 6th. So again, the 3-day hoop choreography challenge is coming up this week. It is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you're watching the recording of this and have missed that, you still may be able to catch a replay of that. I'll run that again at a different point. So this one is completely free. So I might have a beefier one to go to later that might be a paid version. So definitely catch the free version. And where to go for this, you'll check in daily on my Facebook page for the Hip the Hoopla Facebook page. And then I will have each day a post for each day, and then you'll post your progress on that. Maybe you post a video or just a couple words that, or whatever your progress is. That would be lovely. So we're going to just keep it nice and easy, make it put it on the Facebook page. And also you can hashtag 3-day, the number 3, and then DAY for day choreography challenge. So spell that out, and then I will also have notes in in this video so that you can have the links of where to go to sign up for it, and then where to join in and see the videos and all that kind of good stuff. So I have done really good on time today. Yay, and I can make my concert. So, all right, I'm going to bid you adieu, give you a hoop farewell, and so please go to the Hip the Hoopla, either the Facebook page or my Hip the Hoopla website, hipthehoopla.com, HIPTHEHOOPLA.com. I'm also on Instagram as well. I'll probably post something on Instagram. So join in and hashtag it, and post some videos of yourself. You don't have to post a video if you don't want to, but just join in and at least let us know that you're participating. And there's a really neat group energy that comes from joining other people that are also gathering for the same goals. So your creativity and your choreography skills will improve, I guarantee you. And even if, just spend a few minutes each day and get a golden nugget from it. I always call it just, tune in, get one thing that you can use, that you can apply to yourself, your hoop practice, your life, and it's worth it. So plus it's free. So, hey, the value is awesome. So, all right. So thank you so much for joining me. I am Shay Rippinger of Hip the Hoopla, and you have tuned in to the Hoop Love Y'all show, and you might be watching the live version or the recording, and I thank you no matter what you're doing. I really appreciate it. So thumbs up, share this video, rock on, peace out, and I will see you on the next one. This is show number 31. I'm so happy. My goal is 50 this year. All right. So rock on, peace out. You guys take care. See you on the choreography challenge. It's 3 days.